Taurus, and welcome to your January 2018 general tarot reading. Just give me a minute, I'm just sorting out your cards here, Taurus. What I do is I always pick cards until I get to an ace or a major, okay? Because that's when a gift comes our way or the situation changes. And I'm glad to say that you're ending with the Sun card. So the Sun is always a positive. Always positive. I have never seen the Sun mean anything different apart from illumination, interconnectedness, joy, and it's definitely a yes card. Now, you're coming into January with the Eight of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles tends to speak about cooperation. Some Taurus, I'm probably focusing quite a lot on your career, on the practical matters of your life. It's a pentacle. It's always very much the same energy. But the threes, you're not working alone with the threes. You're working with others on a project. The Eight of Wands tends to be swift, dynamic action. So maybe some of you have gone on a journey or you're putting a lot of energy into something. That's what the Eight of Wands represents. A lot of very swift energy towards a goal. Because what you most want is clarity of mind, Taurus, okay? So the aces are always gifts, okay? And this is the gift of clarity. So I don't know if some of yous, and I'm actually tuning into the readings you've had the last few months, and I can say, yeah, there's been quite a lot of confusion around. So you want clear sight, you want to have clarity, and I think it might be around a relationship issue, because the card that's supporting you is the Lover's card, okay? So this is the energy that's giving you support throughout the month. It might be a relationship issue that you want clarity on, or there's someone who's helping you to reach this clarity, to reach this clear vision about the way forward, Taurus, okay? Now, what's going against you is there might be a sense of separation from this person, because what's going against you is the Four of Swords. So because it's going against you, you might be really tired. You might be in real need of rest, of recuperation, or alternatively, you're feeling quite isolated and you want to connect with this person. There's so many different ways to read these cards together, but the fact is the Lovers is your supportive energy, but there might be a sense that you're feeling quite isolated and quite cut off, Taurus, for some of you, because the Hermit has showed up in your relationship house, which can speak, I mean, the Hermit is that wise teacher, okay? He uses all his life experience and he turns it into something else, okay? And what he tends to turn it into is the ability to lead and help other people. But it might just feel, Taurus, that you feel a bit cut off from someone. It's that Four of Swords as a challenge and the Hermit turning up in your relationship house. There might be a lover, but they're not around you. You find it hard to catch up with them. But what you most want is clarity around this decision or this person. I'm going to pull you another card for your work and money, because you've got the Five of Swords card. So the Five of Swords is a victory card, but it's a victory that comes with a cost. Sometimes it's a bit stepping on people's toes, Taurus, okay, to get to the top, because there's other people, because this guy's won, look, but other people have been hurt on the way. So sometimes it's that dog-eat-dog environment, or you're in a work environment that's not pleasant, that sort of situation. I'm going to pull you another card, because the Five of Swords, it just can be a challenging energy, because we need to go through the fives in order to get to the six. But sometimes it's about our thinking patterns, it's about really entrenched beliefs, and sometimes you just might be in a job, Taurus, that you really don't like. Okay, there's a lot of bickering, a lot of backstabbing. The Five of Swords is a victory card, but it's one of these wins that come with, it's a double-edged sword. It comes with a cost. So I'm going to pull you another card, Taurus, okay? Yeah, the Ten of Wands. So feeling quite oppressed, feeling quite stuck. So I'm not getting the work situation as the most positive here. I think if you're, I mean, the Five of Swords is a winner card, but people get hurt and people get damaged with the Five of Swords. There's also a feeling of you being a bit exhausted. Maybe you're overworked here, Taurus, and that's why getting rest is such a challenge for you. Maybe you're doing multiple jobs. Some of you might be studying and working. Studying, working and volunteering. It's like you're carrying too much. And when we carry so much, that's when sometimes we get into that Five of Swords energy, because our state of mind isn't the most positive, okay? You might be bickering, gossiping, and that's probably why you most want this Ace of Swords. You most want clear vision, you most want clarity and clear sight. So I'm getting the work situation a little bit of a heavy energy for you, Taurus. At the level of your spirit or your inner life, you've got the Nine of Wands. So that's a quite interesting card here. It's notoriously quite a defensive card, but I have to say this, Taurus, the last month in all my readings, my private readings, it's coming up as someone whose limits have been reached, okay? And they're having to draw boundary lines. It's about stepping into power, basically, your own personal power. Again, maybe some of your limits have been overstepped here, Taurus, particularly maybe in the workplace, and you've been asked to put boundaries down to rise, basically. We're going into 2018. I'm calling it the year, it's the rising of the oppressed. So a lot of the energy we've held down and held back, and it always tends to be our personal power that we give away, and you seem to be asked to claim yours here, Taurus. Your outcome, first of all, you've got this King of Wands who's looking right at you putting boundaries down. So some of you are having to work on a relationship issue here. Then you get the Nine of Discs. This is a great money card, by the way. So if there is money issues, you're almost at the end. It's a 10. There's an end in sight, because the Nine of Discs is having enough, and you've got plenty to share. You're feeling quite satisfied with what you've got. And then you get the King of Pentacles, who is looking right at the sun, which is joy, personal accomplishment, overcoming difficulties. Quite a complex reading here, Taurus, by the way. And I think what makes it more complex is your supportive energy is the Lovers. But I get you mostly quite spending time on your own. That might be a challenge. And I think the biggest challenge for you is your work life. I think you might be asked to put some boundaries down. It might be around work, or it might be around a person who might be a King of Wands or the King of Pentacles. But this Nine of Wands is about claiming power. It's coming across all the time at the moment of people who've had enough and who are saying no more. And I think it might be with this King of Wands. Financial issues are going to be resolved. Nine of Pentacles. She's got enough, she's relaxed, and she's enjoying what she's worked for. And the Sun and the King of Pentacles might be an earth sign person who's looking right at the Sun card. So whatever work issues you've got, it's going to be resolved. And whatever is going on with this Lover card, which I've got no idea, you might have to put some boundaries down. I don't know what it is, okay? You can contact me directly. My email's in the About section. And I wish you all the best, Taurus. Bye.